So, what the heck did I see as a child? Now, I'll give you some context about myself, but first I'll just get right into the story. So, this is back in like 1987, 88. Um, we really don't start remembering stuff until after 5. I was born in 82, so I was probably 7 or 8. And that's as far back as I remember, it was about age 5. But this happened when I was 7 or 8 years old. This was in Charlottesville, Virginia, and I was at my uncle's house. We kind of would gather there, do the family thing, and we was shooting basketball, right? And it wasn't even on pavement; it was like a goal on dirt, and we they went in, and I never stopped playing. I was always an outside type kid. Nothing supernatural ever happened. I knew what humans were. I knew what strangers were. I wasn't. I was shy, but like I wasn't. I wasn't non-aware of certain things. I wasn't sheltered. Um, so we're out there shooting basketball. They go inside. I start playing. This is what I remember. There was woods because Northern Virginia has some woods to it. The Blue Ridge Mountains. This is kind of where it's more hilly than mountainous, but I'm playing in this wooded area that meets mowed grass, and I get back up in there a little ways. Parents never worried about me wandering because I'd always knew my surroundings pretty good. And I look up, right? And to this day, it was human shaped walking. It wasn't far where I'm like squinting, like, what is that? I never had time to and stopped and squint. It was kind of like it was close enough to where you didn't squint. Um, it was human shaped. It was moving with a purpose. Um, because the Patterson Bigfoot thing, it was proven to be fake, but that the speed the thing was walking, it was like that. It had the human in the suit was walking. It had a purpose. Um, but what's crazy is it was blurry. Like I'd seen it, but by the time I seen it, my heart and adrenaline was pumping so hard, and my brain couldn't register what it was. It's like you're seeing something through like a scope of a gun, but you're not looking right down the sight. It started blurring out a little, and all I can make out to this day is that it was moving with a purpose. It either had one of those ghillie suits on. Now back then I didn't know what it was, but you know how the military and hunters wear that suit, and it's got the long strands on it. It was either one of them, somebody in there, which I remember it being the heat of summer, so I don't think it was hunting season. It wasn't fall out. Um, and it's either a ghillie suit or it's just a random stranger walking through these woods out in the middle of like nowhere, which that's a possibility. I'm not discrediting anything because my vision went blurry from fear and adrenaline. Or it's just somebody walking by, or it was a ghillie suit, or it was something that struck fear into me that I can't make out to this day. I'm not saying it was a Bigfoot. That's one of the harder things it is for me to believe. Like on my other video, I talk about my mom had a UFO sighting, which I believe her. With this, I can't be 100% sure because it went blurry. So take this one with a grain of salt. I go back inside, and it took like 2 or 3 years for me to tell my parents. And still this day, it's etched into my mind. Usually at 7 years old, you see something, it's gone. There's only very few memories I have around that age. My first known memory is I was cleaning a hamster cage with my mother at like 5. Well, one of them. Very few memories. And that at like 7 or 8. And then life goes on. You start remembering a bunch of stuff. But I went inside. I ran inside my uncle's house and hid in fear and didn't tell nobody. Now, what strikes that kind of fear into somebody that knows what humans are and strangers? I mean, it could have been just a random person walking and it startled me. It could have been what people talk about seeing. I could have been mistaken. But this is just a crazy experience. You don't have to call it a Bigfoot, but this is just a crazy experience I had at 7 years old that sticks with me to this day. And when fear strikes into you for a reason, that's why your vision goes blurry, because your brain can't process what you're seeing. I'm sure you'd have the same thing happen if you walked into the woods and seen a tiger. Your brain don't want to think it's real. It like shuts down and you run. But crazy. But that's all I have for now. You guys stay blessed. Thank you.